stop what you're doing. Listen to this video completely. I am going to help you with this Bitcoin move if you'll just listen, and I'll help you with knowing how to handle it. You have not missed it. It is you have not missed a move to the upside. You don't need to FOMO in. And this video, I'm going to give you a trading plan. I'm going to show you how to develop a trading plan for what the market is doing. I'm going to show you exactly two scenarios. I'm going to give you a bull scenario. I'm going to give you a bear scenario, because the bear scenario is not out. Let me say it again. The bear scenario is not out. And I'm going to give you both scenarios so you can plan for both and be ready for whatever Bitcoin does or whatever Litecoin does, whatever you're trading. So stick around for this video, and welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. I am Jim, and I am a Bitcoin and Litecoin trader. I mainly trade Litecoin because it's more volatile, and I feel I can maximize the income through Litecoin. But I use the Bitcoin chart, so I give technical analysis every day on this channel on what Bitcoin and Litecoin are doing. The difference between this channel and any other channel technical analyst you're going to listen to is that those guys are going to look and they're going to tell you what you already know. They're going to look and say, yeah, price is going up, it might come up to here, and they'll draw lines. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to day after day show you what the move is going to be, or the two moves in there, and how to validate which one's happening and how to trade it. I'm going to actually give you that kind of advice, detailed advice, or that kind of information. I can't say advice, but I'm going to share with you how I look at it and how I trade it, and I'm going to give it to you for free, so it's worth sticking around. All right, I do want to say though, this isn't financial advice; it's trading teaching, and though I used advice, it's the wrong word. Let's make that clear. In these days of lawsuits and such, I don't want to be responsible for your bad decisions. I can't be, but I can teach you how I think about the market and then make good decisions based upon what's happening. Okay, let's dive into the chart. I did call this trade out. I'm going to take you to the Litecoin chart. We had this wedge forming. I knew we were about ready to break out. We had divergence on the RSI in the 1 hour and the 2 hour. You can see how let's see, the price, as price was going down, we had the RSI. There it is. I couldn't find it. The divergence. There it is. It's a lot more long-term divergence there. So strength was going to the upside while price was going down. We know a reversal is imminent. This is also widespread divergence. If you don't know what widespread divergence is, you need to go back in my previous videos and watch the RSI video. I'll put a link in the description. So we have come up, and we've made a move to the upside, obviously. Now, when we have a move to the upside, moves happen in what we call motive waves, okay? And this is a motive wave. And motive waves have 5 waves. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the scenario. We're going to say, okay, what could be happening here? So let me give you my overall Bitcoin count first so I can help you to see what I'm thinking about the chart. So as we look at Bitcoin, now I look at Bitcoin here to help you with the Litecoin chart, and I just closed my other chart. Oh, golly day. Sorry about that. I'll have to pull it up in a minute. But we look at Bitcoin to kind of help us know what's going on with Litecoin. Now, what you see in Bitcoin here is that we have in this structure that's come down. The question is, what do we make of it? Well, there's a couple things. My first guess here is that this is a 1 wave. This is a 2. This is a 3. We're coming up for 4, and that means we're going down for 5. Now, I want to tell you in this video how the market takes your money. And why it takes your money, why you FOMO, and why you lose trades if you just are swaying with the breeze of this market. What will happen is they will make these strong moves to the downside, these strong moves to the downside, right? And this is where everybody's selling, and it'll hit this bottom, and you don't ever know where that bottom's going to be. And all of a sudden, man, there'll just be this big reaction back to the upside, and then a reaction down. These jerks in the market, these up and down movements in the market, and these up and down movements are designed to take your money. Now, when you see a correction, and corrections generally happen in an ABC fashion. So ABC is going to look like this. We got an A right here. Here's a B. We're forming a C. That's what I believe the count is. We're forming the C wave. Now, how do we How do we look at that? Well, what happens is price starts coming up, but everybody says, hey, the price is rebounding, and most traders are getting into the market right here. As price keeps going up, it goes up. It starts to make a little bit of reaction. It starts pushing up, and you see this long candle right there. See that? Here, let me zoom in so you can see it. See that long? Oh yeah, you can't see it now, can you? There we go. See this long green candle right there. You start to see that, and traders are like, "Oh, it's breaking out. We can go up," and so they'll get into the trade. What happens? What happens to the market immediately after you get into the trade? Boom! It comes against you, and now you're thinking, "Oh no, did I make the wrong decision?" Yeah, you made the wrong decision. You got in at the wrong time, but it doesn't mean ultimately if you waited long enough the market wouldn't go for you, but it goes against you, comes back, you got a little bit of hope, hey, it's going your way, and boom, it comes down hard, and you end up saying, oh, I'm going the wrong way, it's going down, 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 because that's what you're feeling when this is all you see. Let me see if I can hide it. There we go. When that's all you see, you're thinking, oh no, it's going down, and you get out of the trade, and then what happens? The market reverses on you, and up you go. You got all this chop as well, and a lot of times this chop is designed as well for you. How does it, what's this chop do? Well, this chop is designed to lull everybody to sleep, right? It's actually making waves, and you can learn to count those waves, and they're challenging, but they're there. But you have to learn to count these, and I count them every day. So if you can learn by watching me, or just depend upon my count. I don't recommend depending on anybody else, but certainly you can learn by watching. But this chop lulls you to sleep, and then all of a sudden, and here's what happens: all of a sudden, this start out of nowhere. It feels like to the person who's not counting waves, who's not watching it, you'll see this candle, and it goes and it goes, and you're not even ready for it. It happens in the mornings, in the wee hours of the morning. This happened at 5 a.m. At 6 a.m. and everybody's sleeping, and all of a sudden you wake up, and all of a sudden the market's way up here, and you're like, oh no, and you FOMO, and what happens is you want to get out, you want to get into this market because you're FOMO, and so you enter the trade up here, and watch what happens. Boom, they take the market against you as well, and that's exactly what's going to happen time and time again, and that's why you're going to lose your money. So on my channel, if you watch my videos, I'm going to tell you where to enter, how to wait. You're going to develop patience. You're going to know how to enter trades confidently and not worry in those trades. You're going to know how to set stop losses and whatnot, and I'm offering it to you free. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is valuable information. All right, so let's talk about the two scenarios. Okay, so we got to prepare for what Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin is going up and it's going to make a new high and we're going up from here, then don't you want to be in on that move? Don't you want to be making money if Bitcoin's going up to 6,000? Don't you want to be in on that move? Absolutely. So what would the market have to be doing? What should this look like if this is going up? Well, I see a lot of technical analysts saying, hey, here's a line of support. Hey, support's great and support's helpful, but support ain't everything, guys. Let me just say that. Price goes through support all the time. And how do you know when price is going to go through support? I usually know when price is going to go through support because I'm counting the waves. I'm just telling you. I don't have to guess. I don't have to wonder. I can count the waves, and I always have two scenarios, and I know when one's invalidated, and I'm ready to trade the other. So anyway, so yeah, price came up to our high here. Now we got to come back down in ABC, right? Well, then that means you're going to call this A, B, and C. Possibility, let's say, so the question is, how do we know if that's ABC? I don't think that's ABC because I need 5 waves in the A. There might be 5 waves in there if I go to a smaller time frame, but let's throw the fibs on it, and let's see if we can figure out what we got. Boom. Boom. Our price came down to the 1618, and if you've been watching any of my videos, you know that when price hits the 1618 rather than the 1276, 1276 is more corrective. That's more like an ABC. But when it comes down to the 1618, we're talking more like a 3-wave. So again, my first and primary count, excuse me, my first and primary count is that this is a 1, This is 2. We came down for 3. We're coming up for 4, and we're almost up to the top of that 4, and then we're going to be coming down for 5. Now, why do they do that? Well, and why is price going up so fast today? Because they're trying to get you to FOMO. The market makers are trying to get you to FOMO, and you're going to get in on this trade, and then boom, it's going to come against you 5 waves down to the downside, and you're going to be like, what in the world happened? And you're going to freak out, and you're going to sell, and then price is going to come down here, and you know what's going to happen once it gets down here to this level that I've got marked down here, this 12618, somewhere between this mark and this mark. You know what's going to happen? Price is going to do this. Boom. Well, let me see. Yeah, it's not going to do that. It's going to come up here for an A, B, C, like that, and you're going to be like, oh no! And see, this is what everybody needs to understand is that Bitcoin's going to come down here. Possibly. That's it. This is a scenario. This is the bear scenario, okay? And so Bitcoin's going to end up coming down here after this 4 wave is complete. And we'll talk about whether we'll zoom in here in a little bit and see if this 4 wave is complete or do we have more to go. Anyway, it's going to come up here and you're going to be all freaking out, man. Everybody's going to be excited that Bitcoin's moving up just like this, and it's going to get here and people are going to FOMO in, and then it's going to dive on you, and you're going to sell, and then it's going to come up again and you're going to FOMO in, and then that ABC correction is going to be done, and then you know what's going to happen? This is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to come back and finish our ABC. And this whole structure is going to be a big A, B, C. And that's what I'm expecting. And you see my big wave 4 mark here? That's what I'm expecting. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. I'm not scared of it. I know what's coming, and I know to wait. And I want to teach you guys how to wait this market out and not lose your money in the process. Okay, so this is Elliott wave structure. This is what we see in the market all the time. That's why the market takes your money. Now let's actually take those principles. If this is a 4 wave, we need to be coming up in ABC. So what we need to do, so I'm going to go into the 1 hour chart. We're going to analyze this wave a little bit more carefully, and we're going to see if we can figure out what's going on. I'm going to get these fibs off of here. We know that this is probably a 3 wave, so we're coming up for 4. I'm going to put the fib extension tool here, go from the bottom of the wave to the top of A, then we're going to come down to B, and then that gives us an extension up to where C should land. C should land anywhere between the 1 and the 1276. Now here's something you need to know. In Elliott wave, the 4 wave cannot retrace into the 1 wave. So if I have a 1 here, this is 2, this is 3, this 4 can't come up into the 1 wave. So chances are price is going to come up here to about $5,300, $5,368. That's probably where price is headed. And then it's going to come down for the 5th wave. Somewhere around $4,800 is my target. Okay, so I got 48, 47, $4,800 is my target for this low, the 5th wave, before we actually come up for a nice B wave here in ABC up. So if this again is the bear case, that means we have some more up to go. Our target here is going to be the 53.68 in that ballpark, which is the same. I'm going to draw a line now, and you'll watch it in the next video, okay? Or the next, we'll see what price does. We'll watch it in the next video or so. But I'm going to draw a line here right across the 1, and let's just kind of wick it down here. There we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see where price comes. I'm going to get rid of the fib so we can see it a little bit better, and let's zoom into the 15-minute chart and see if we can make any sense of what's going on so far. All right, now if this is an ABC, we've got an A, we've got a B, this is a C. Now C needs to have 5 waves, okay? So what we're looking at is we're most likely looking at a large 1 wave there, down for 2. Now we're coming up for 3, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 3 could be in, could be finished. Might need a little bit more push up. I'm not sure. 4 and 5. That's how I think we're playing it. I'm actually waiting for this to come down, and I'm going to re-enter the trade so it goes back up. This will actually correlate very nicely with Litecoin, as I'll show you in a little bit. All right, that's what I'm thinking. Let's throw the fibs on that and see if that projection kind of looks right or not. A, B, C. This is saying, actually, yeah, no, we're looking for a 3 wave. So this is saying the 3 wave needs to come up here based on how deep this 1 wave is. So this 3 might actually even come up here. Okay, this 4 might come down here. and the 5 might just barely break the top up here. That's probably the way it's going to play out, if it plays out like that, if I've counted it right. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. This could totally be wrong. This could totally be wrong. You say, what else could it be? Well, this is what else it could be, I believe. This wick is an anomaly, so let's forget about this wick. All right, let me show you a structure over here. Well, I'll show you in a minute. So that wick could be bad. This is, we'll just call this the low. That means this is A, B, C. Da, da, da. If that's the case, A, B, C, C's finished. C is done. And it might come up. It might have a little bit more ways to come up here, but if it passes the 1618, most likely it's not. It's something else. So if price comes up into here and then reverses down 1, 2, 3, we'll be looking for something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Except it's gonna be a lot deeper. So those waves will be a lot deeper than that. It could be a straight down wave as well. You see how this wave is just straight down? There's just no way to count that. But we'll be looking for a 5-wave structure down to that $4,800 target. So that's what we're looking for in the bear scenario. That's if my count is correct. So there's a couple of options. We got a target up here of about 53.60, 53.70 in that ballpark, or it's done. So how do you know if it's done? Well, you don't. What I do usually is I look for divergence in the 1-hour chart. Divergence in the 1-hour chart is pretty good, and widespread divergence is always better. Now, here's the 1-hour chart. Excuse me 1 minute. Sorry about that. All right, here's the 1-hour chart. Do I see any divergence? Not so much yet. There is divergence. No, there's not actually. There's not any divergence. I don't see any divergence here. That means we've got some ways to go up here. If I, let's see. Oh, yes, there is. Let's see. There was divergence. Where was this thing? Nope, nope, nope. We're doing okay. So no divergence yet. We may be turning the corner. This may be an A, B, C coming down here, and then going up. This might be a 4-wave of the 3. Not exactly sure what that is, but it doesn't. We don't have to know. We don't have to know. If you're not in this trade, you should not be getting in this trade. You should be watching price. If you're not in this, you should not be getting it unless you get a significant retrace down here and you're confident it's going back up. But you have to realize that this could be done. That's one of our scenarios, and we're coming down from here. I don't think that that's the likely case, but it's a potential case. But it's not likely. All right. So now, what do you do here? Well, you wait for price to come up here and make a turn and come down. You don't want to be trading it at this stage if this is ABC. Now, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then there is a potential to get in on that 4-wave, but you really need to know what you're doing, and I don't have time to go through every scenario to get you in, so we're just going to skip that information. Now let's go over the bull case. What if this is bull and we are finished with an ABC and we're going up higher? Well, then we're forming a 1-wave. Okay, this is forming a 1-wave. Now, what does a 1-wave look like? Well, let me just show you what this 1-wave looked like. If we look right here, take a peek at the structure. We came down, made this little hump, and came down again, right? And then we came back up and we made this hump and this neat little structure. We'll take a peek at this. We came down, made this little hump, okay? Came down to the low. That's why this wick, I think, is an anomaly. And then look, made this hump. It's a hump shape, okay? And then we made a wave. If you'll notice that this structure, where is it? Boom. See this? I just want to show you. That structure is almost identical. It's just this one's a little bit bigger, which is pretty cool. So we got the same shape there. This might indeed be a 1-wave shaping up. and it could be all finished. You can see how after this push up really high right here came, there was another wick to the high, and then it just broke down really hard. Why do they break it down so hard and so fast? Because they want you to think you're in the wrong trade. They want to get you out of the trade. This is why I usually take profits when I see divergence. Yes, there is divergence here. There is on the 1 hour. There's divergence. So yeah, once I see that, I want to. Um, I want to get out of that trade up here, and then I'll buy back down here. That's not always the smartest move. Sometimes I get it wrong, or sometimes I get locked out of the trade or whatever, and I miss it. But that's the risk of trading. But I like to take my profits. I'm trying to increase my account. I'm not trying to. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. Forgive me. It's the middle of the afternoon. Yeah, I'm not. I'm trying to increase my account size. I'm not trying to win every trade with the maximum amount I can do. I want safe trades, and I want to just slow and steadily increase the account. Okay. Now, price came down here, but it didn't come all the way. It came down to the 786. If I put the retracement on it from the bottom of this wave to the top of this wave, you'll notice it came and tagged the 786. It spent most of its time at the 618. When you see price doing that, spending a lot of time at the 618, maybe in tagging the 786, jump in. That's a good entry. That's my 1-2 wave entry point. That's what you're looking for here. So if this is a bull case, you're looking for price to come down here, but it better not break this low, or probably better not break this low. Though technically it can. So we're going to put a line right here at this low. If price doesn't break this low, and let me get that fib off there. Let's throw a retracement on here. I'm going to skip that wick. Okay, just again as an anomaly. I want to see if price comes back down to here, the 7-8. Well, sorry guys. The 618. Get that a little smaller so it's not so giant on my screen. Or the 786, or even the 50. If it comes to any of those places and reacts, that's your entry point. That's the 1-2 wave entry point. Okay. I still think we've got a little bit more upside to go, but I'm not certain about that. We have to watch price action to be certain there. But if this is bull, that's your entry point, and you want to be in on that trade. You want to be in on that trade, okay? Because if that comes down here and then and does something similar to this, and wicks down here, when you see that wick happening, man, that's a good entry place, and the market's going up, and because that means we're going up for a third wave, and this is going to be monster. Okay, let's see what's that wave going to look like. Well, we'd have a one wave, and then we'd have our two wave down here. So we're kind of coming up here for a three wave. Chances are it would go even higher than that, but up here to 5,400. What if you traded 5,100 to 5,400 and you had a Bitcoin and a half or something? That's a nice little trade. But then that's just part of it, because we're going to have basically 1, 2, we got 3, 4, and we got 5. Okay, so excuse me. Um, that's kind of a small wave for what I'm expecting. To be honest with you, that's kind of a small wave for what I'm expecting. Um, that's why I kind of think, guys, this is still corrective, but we don't know for certain. So you have the bull case and you have the bear case, and now you have a plan. You know what to look for, and you know how to identify. If this thing continues coming up here to this mark and has a reaction down, you better, if it comes up here to this level right here and has a reaction down, if it ends up going past these, you know we're going down. Wait for the 1 and then the 2 retracement. So you'll have a 1 wave down, then you'll have 2 up, and then you'll be going down for 3, 4, 5 and finishing it out. There'll be a five waves down to the bottom, looking at $4,800 as our target. Oh man, I can't stop yawning. I hope I'm not putting you to sleep. I hope that's helpful to you to understand how to think about it. You can take that information and trade Litecoin with it. What am I expecting in Litecoin? Well, let me get out to the 4 hours so you can see the chart. Yeah, I know there's just so much on this chart. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get rid of this here, just out of the way. This is most likely we're looking at. Where's my wave? I'm looking at this being well, come on, a 1, 2. All that was 3. This is 4, and this is 5. See how that correlates with Bitcoin? This is a C wave. This is actually an ABC of Bitcoin. That correlates beautifully with Bitcoin. So I'm really expecting this last wave down. We could get it. I mean, it's possible that we've already got it, and it's going up from here. We understand that as well. So remember, this is going to go up for one. What do you do? How do you trade this? Well, again, let's go down to the 15-minute mark. Let's count the waves. This is actually beautiful structure here because you got a one wave right here. Okay. Look at that. There's your three wave. You got 1, 2, 3. You got a short 4. Then you got this extended fifth wave. This is an extended fifth. The 3 is not the shortest, but it's not the longest either. 3 doesn't have to. Somebody asked me, doesn't 3 have to be the longest? No, 3 is usually the longest, but it's not always the longest. 5 can be the longest as well. 1 can be the longest, but 3 can never be the shortest. And here 3 is not the shortest. So here, that's a beautiful 5-wave structure right there. I'm expecting price to come down. See my 3 targets right here? That's where I'm expecting price. Let me throw the retracement tool on there just to kind of show you. It may have moved since I drew those a little bit. Yeah, I know it's about right still. We got the 50, the 618, and the 786. So those are my 3 places I'm looking for price to come back down to. I'm looking for a wick, and I'm looking for a reaction there in price. If I see that, I'm going to get in. I'm getting into the market. But if I don't see it, I'll wait. I've also got to see divergence. I want to see some other signs as well. And you might have to go to my other trading videos just to know what making good trades are. In the future, I'm going to be making a trading minute this week on how to set a stop loss properly. Somebody asked for that. And we're also going to talk about greed, hope, and fear and why it kills your trades in future videos. All right. Hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. It's a beautiful day. Today was a fantastic trade. I made actually more than I expected to make, and I was very happy about it. So, hey, listen, I hope you're making money trading. I hope you're maximizing your coins for your family, because ultimately this market can help if you trade it the right way. This channel is devoted to helping you trade it the right way. Give a like, give a subscribe. Please comment, man. Give me some encouragement to keep these videos going. It takes a lot of energy and effort and time to put these together, to upload them, and hopefully they'll get better as the weeks and months go by. But until then, share this information. Tell people how powerful it is, and let's get this channel built up. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by. We'll talk to you later.